Researchers just mapped what is hiding beneath more than 200,000 glaciers on this planet, and what they found is going to change the map of the world. When most people think about melting glaciers, they think about rising seas, they think about polar bears, they think about the water disappearing. But a study just published in Nature Communications by researchers from Sweden, the United States, Switzerland, and Norway has revealed something nobody was expecting. The ice is not just disappearing, it is being replaced by something that will alter entire landscapes, flood entire valleys, and threaten millions of lives in ways the world has never seen before. Here is what is hiding beneath those 200,000 glaciers, and why the number 56,659 is about to become one of the most important numbers in the history of geography. Researchers from Uppsala University in Sweden, Carnegie Mellon University in the United States, University of Lausanne in Switzerland, and University of Oslo in Norway did something extraordinary in 2026. They used a three-dimensional ice flow model called the Instructed Glacier Model, accelerated by GPU computing and deep learning, to look through every major glacier on the planet, not at the ice, through it. They reconstructed what the Earth's surface would look like if the glaciers disappeared, and what they found beneath the ice was not bare rock. It was a hidden world of valleys, basins, depressions, and natural containers carved by thousands of years of glacial erosion, the perfect shape to hold water. The result? 56,659 potential new lakes in areas currently covered by ice. Combined area of 40,647 square kilometers. Maximum water volume of 3,138 cubic kilometers. A new geography, waiting beneath the ice, about to be revealed. To understand how large 56,659 lakes actually is, consider this. The study estimates these future lakes could cover approximately 6% of newly ice-free landscape. The global average of lake coverage in non-glaciated land is approximately 2%, which means regions newly exposed by glacier retreat will have 3 times more lake coverage than the rest of the world. And the water volume, 3,138 cubic kilometers, is equivalent to approximately 7 millimeters of sea level rise temporarily retained in continental lakes before reaching the oceans. This does not eliminate sea level rise, but it reveals that the path of meltwater is far more complex than anyone previously understood. If this is already changing how you see glacier melting, hit the like button now, because what comes next is the part that keeps climate scientists awake at night. Not all 56,659 lakes are equal. The study identified specific regions where the danger is most acute. High mountain Asia, the region covering the Himalayas, Karakoram, Hindu Kush, Pamir, and Tian Shan mountain ranges, was flagged as the most concerning. The reason is terrifying. In this region, researchers found large depressions near the lowest part of glaciers, areas where future lakes will be closest to populated valleys. When these lakes form, and they will form, they will sit directly above villages, roads, hydroelectric plants, agricultural areas, and communities of millions of people. And glacial lakes do not behave like ordinary lakes. They are prone to a phenomenon called Glacial Lake Outburst Floods, or GLOFs. This is when a glacial lake suddenly and catastrophically drains, releasing enormous volumes of water, mud, ice, and sediment down the valley at devastating speed. A 2023 study in Nature Communications put a number on the people at risk. 15 million people worldwide are directly exposed to the potential impacts of sudden glacial lake outburst floods. 9.3 million of them live in high mountain Asia. More than half of the globally exposed population lives in just 4 countries: India, Pakistan, Peru, China. What makes this discovery particularly powerful is what the researchers found about the shape of the terrain beneath the ice. Glaciers do not sit on flat surfaces. Beneath them are U-shaped valleys, glacial cirques, deep basins, and areas called over-deepenings, depressions carved below the terrain's outlet level. These over-deepenings are natural traps. When ice retreats, water has nowhere to go but down, into these depressions. And once water fills them, natural dams form, made of rock, sediment, moraines, or remaining ice. These dams are unstable. As lakes grow and temperatures rise, and ice continues to melt, the pressure on those natural dams increases year by year. The study emphasizes that knowing where these overdeepenings are is essential for planning, so communities can monitor, prepare, and install warning systems before the water arrives. If the idea of 56,000 new lakes appearing above populated valleys is making you pay attention, subscribe to this channel right now. We cover the science stories that will define the next 30 years, every single week. Here's the part the headlines miss. Not all of these lakes are a threat. In many mountain regions, glaciers currently function as natural water towers, releasing meltwater during dry seasons and sustaining rivers, communities, agriculture, and energy generation. As glaciers disappear, that function changes. The new lakes could replace some of that role. They could become freshwater reserves in regions that will desperately need them. They could create new ecosystems. They could open new habitats for species that have never existed at those elevations before. In some contexts, they could even support new hydroelectric generation, providing clean energy to the very communities that face the greatest water stress. But, and this is the critical point, all of that depends on preparation. Glacial lakes can grow rapidly. They can receive ice and rock avalanches. They can overflow. They can break natural barriers without warning. The difference between a new lake becoming a resource or a disaster is almost entirely determined by whether the world pays attention before the water arrives. The researchers produced a dataset called TOPO-DE 1.0, the topography of a deglaciated Earth, a global map of the terrain currently hidden beneath the glaciers, built at a resolution between 100 and 400 meters. Using data from more than 200,000 glaciers and 3.8 million ice thickness observations. It is the most detailed picture ever produced of the world that is about to emerge as the ice retreats. And the picture it shows is not a world of bare rock and rising seas. It is a world of new lakes, new rivers, new landscapes, some of them beautiful, some of them deadly, all of them coming. The ice is not just disappearing, it is being replaced by something new. 56,659 lakes, 40,647 square kilometers of new water, 15 million people in the path of the most dangerous of them. The map of the Earth is about to change in ways we can now see coming for the first time. The question is not whether these lakes will appear. The question is whether the world will be ready when they do. Comment below. Did you know that glacier melting could create new lakes instead of just raising seas? And share this with someone who thinks they understand what climate change looks like. They do not know the half of it.